selfish campers just can't be trusted, and they'll do horrendous stuff like that. Everything in here is abandoned and run down. Yeah, terrible. I mean, I've never been to a campsite before where people are just crapping in the woods. What the hell? What is wrong with people? Like, why? So I've just asked Google's AI what is the worst reviewed campsite in Kent, and it's gave me 2 suggestions, but the first one is Hops Farm Touring and Camping Park in Paddock Wood. Reviews frequently cite the toilets and showers are beyond disgusting, with blocked drains, non-existent hygiene, alongside unkept grounds and a lack of camp amenities. Many campers note that the toilet and shower block are grubby and fail to handle high foot traffic. Reviews complain about mud, blocked drains and lack of regular cleaning. A major reoccurring theme is the lack of staff presence to enforce quiet hours. Reviews frequently mention groups playing loud music and partying past midnight or 1 AM without intervention from the management. Litter and grimy grounds. Multiple guests have expressed disappointment over rubbish, glass and discarded items left near the River Medway and across the fields, forcing some families to clear their own pitches. Okay, so let's go check this place out then, people, and see if it really does deserve the title of the worst reviewed campsite in Kent. Thank you for joining me on this adventure, and let's start living the dream. Well, first impressions, people, and this campsite is absolutely huge. I'm in one of 6 fields that I got told I could go in. One of 6. There's some more over there that are totally empty, and I thought about it, but then I thought, well, this one's only got one other set of campers. There's some tents, but they're right over there, so I might as well stay in this one. But yeah, 6 fields. The campsite is 500 acres in total. So yeah, it's pretty big, pretty big. Now that does seem to come with some issues, and some of that seems to be that the bins are obviously quite far from where people camp, and there is like a lot of litter that's been left about that the grass cutter has all churned up. So yeah, not overly impressed with that. Now if I go down this little pathway right by where I'm camping here, people have just left all sorts of crap down here. I mean, disposable barbecues with loads of cans and bottles and deodorant cans. Yeah, I mean, that's individuals, and I guess that's the problem when you have a campsite this big, is that it's hard to sort of keep an eye on everyone. And if the bins are so far apart because the campsite is so huge, people are going to be lazy and people are just going to throw rubbish everywhere. Now, that's not really the campsite's fault. You know, they have got decent bins about. It's just individuals. So it's costing me £23 for the night to camp in this grass field with non-electric, which, seeing as we are quite close to London, that seems reasonable, to be fair. I thought campsites would be a bit more expensive this way, but I guess we'll find out, because this is the beginning of a new trip, so yeah, I guess we'll find out as time goes on. Now, a grass electric pitch is £31.50. Meh, that's getting a little bit expensive. And a hard standing is £33. And again, that's a little bit expensive, but like I said, we are very close to London, and we all know London is a very expensive place. So it doesn't seem as bad as I was expecting. So I booked the campsite this morning. You go on their website and that takes you through to pitch up. So you can book same day. So that's pretty decent. Yeah. Arrival is after 2 and departure, I think it was 11:30. So one big problem with the campsite being so big is that there's one facility block and it's a long way away. And in this little wooded area behind me, people have been going wild camping style. There's a lot of toilet roll scattered about with suspicious brown marks on it. What the hell is wrong with some campers, eh? What the hell? I mean, to just do that, turn up and drop a turd in the woods here. You know, I don't know. But that's the problem with the campsite being so big. They can't really monitor everyone and everything. They're not going to have security in every field at every minute of the day. So yeah, its size is its curse, I think. I mean, I love the size. It's just the fact that selfish campers just can't be trusted, and they'll do horrendous stuff like that. I mean, that ain't on. That really ain't, is it? Yeah. Anyway, there is a river here. Yeah, nice river here. A path go all the way along the river, so we're going to go for a river walk a bit later on. And you can canoe here and you can fish here, and I don't think there's additional charges. I think that is all free, so yeah, it's pretty decent. So these are the bins for the field I'm in, and it doesn't look like there's any recycling, unfortunately. Certainly looks like that gazebo has been there for a while, because the grass has been cut around it and there's nobody camping around it. Yeah, well, picnic bench here by the river. So there is a lot more bins in this field, however, again, no recycling. That's a little bit of a letdown. Looks like there's a lot of seasonal people there. I'm assuming they're all seasonal. Washing up area here. Yeah, they are a little bit grubby. I mean, there's a lot of grime around the floor there by these showers. Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of mildew about and around on the ceiling there as well. They are free though. But yeah, they are grimy. Yep, cubicles aren't overly great. Plenty of skids in the bowl, but obviously that's just whoever used it last. Yeah, there is like a lot of, I know it's hard for the camera to pick it up, but there is like a lot of grime around the edges. Yeah, and around the edges of these sinks as well. So definitely not the cleanest, no, but you know, it's cheaper than I thought I was going to be paying for this area, to be fair, so I guess you can't expect immaculate facilities for this price, and it is a huge campsite. So yeah, there's a lot of reviews that say they're inadequate, and yes, there's a lot of seasonal people over there, and when the campsite is full, yeah, these ain't, well, there is another toilet block just over there. Yeah, I might see if I can check that out. She did say one of them might be closed. Obviously in busy season they'll both be open. But yeah. Yeah, definitely a lot of grime around the edges, but you know, for £23 in this area that might be acceptable, I don't know. So there are some disabled facilities here as well, so that's pretty decent. So this is the other toilet block, but it does say closed for cleaning, and that is because the campsite isn't that full. Yeah, 3 chemical waste points there. I mean, I wouldn't want to use one if there's someone using one next to me, but there are 3 there. Hard standing electric pitches here. They look okay, nothing too special admittedly, but they look okay. So that's the campsite behind me there, and then in front of me there's this place which is Hops Farm. And I think there's some like wedding venue place here and some games thing and a bar and a restaurant, and yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. So looks like the restaurant behind me is permanently closed. Yeah, there is like a little seafood stall over here and a donut shack now. Admittedly, it's gone 6 o'clock because I got stuck in traffic on the M25. So it's possible these little food stalls would have been open earlier today. Hopper's Animal Farm looks like it's closed down. Check out these weird looking buildings. Looks like it would have been a nice touristy little place at one point. There is a hops museum over there, but I think that looks closed and run down as well. Yeah, it's a shame. There was once like a kid's little go-kart area here. That looked like it would have been pretty good. Yeah, this place is completely derelict. I mean, a lot of these doors are wide open. Everything in here is abandoned and run down. Yeah, terrible. Now, I don't think I'm meant to be in this bit, but there's nothing telling me I'm not meant to be in here. But yeah, definitely very run down and decrepit people. Yep, even the wedding centre looks a bit run down and worse for wear. So there is a Brewer's Fay just here, so we're just going to go grab a pint, but that is about it. So I've gone for a pint of Medway, $5.90, because just, I don't know, felt like something different. I need this. Very tired today, didn't sleep too well, spent a lot of time stuck in traffic on the M25 as well. So yeah, at least you can come here and have a pint, although to be honest, this place is a little bit run down as well, to be fair. It is, yeah. Anyway, I would like to thank a few amazing subscribers who bought me a beer recently. Thank you Katrina and Dan, thank you Colin Shan, thank you Hilliat Haley, thank you Ray and Simon, thank you Graham Fogarty, and thank you Chris Tinney. But of course I would like to thank all of my subscribers, and I'd like to thank anyone who is watching this video. So cheers everyone, to living the dream. So this isn't the best place to sit because there is a main road just over there. But I'm so tired and drowsy that I need a beer. I can't just have the one, people. Of course I can't. Cheers. I bloody need that today. I nearly didn't come out. Yeah, I nearly stayed in bed. Then I thought, nope, got to get out there. Looks like the weather's going to be quite nice for the next maybe even 2 weeks. So I'm not sure how long I'm going to be out here for. Ideally, I want to be out here filming for at least 9 videos because that'll give me enough footage to get me through till after the kids are back at school. So I won't have to worry about going out on any campsites whilst the kids are off over the 6 weeks holiday. But we shall see. The weather should be good, although next week is going to get very hot. But fingers crossed, we'll be out here for a good couple of weeks. Yep. Cheers. Yeah, some of these benches here do look like they're about to collapse. I think this one has collapsed. Okay, so this hops farm place was, yeah, a bit disappointing. There's nothing really there. Everything's closed down. Everything's run down. And the only thing there, I mean, there's a few things like a daycare centre and some martial arts centre. And other than that, there's the Brewers Fair, and that's it. Everything else is just derelict and run down. But it does look like it would have been a great place years ago. Yeah, the buildings are really weird. Yeah, I mean, I guess they must have been something to do with brewing beer, maybe, or brewing hops, I don't know. But yeah, they're quite interesting. I would have liked to have gone to that hops museum and found out more about it. I definitely would have. But yeah, it looks like there would have been a lot for kids to do there years ago, like park stuff and like, yeah. But yeah, it's just all derelict now and all run down. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Yeah, never mind. So it is, I mean, it's a part of the same farm as the campsite, because the campsite is there, and then the hops farm is there, and of course, it's hops farm, Hops Farm campsite. Now, whether it's owned by the same people, I would assume it is. You would think. Wow, this is a bit unbelievable, people. Multiple endless space in a huge open field. 6 huge open fields. And I have a neighbour. Yeah, alright, he's not exactly right next to me, but this field is huge and it's completely empty. Why do I have a neighbour? Yeah, I don't like neighbours. That's like when you get to the toilet, innit? And there's always someone who's got to come in and stand in the urinal next to you, even though all the other ones are empty. It's weird, people. So yeah, those facilities weren't overly clean, and there were only 2 toilet blocks next to each other, and they looked about the same size. So I do kind of get where the reviews are coming from when they say there's insufficient facilities, because I bet in peak season, when this campsite is full, that facility block couldn't take the amount of people that this campsite would hold. Right, well, better get out there and explore them, people. Let's go for a nice walk along the river Medway and check it out. It's the river that runs along the campsite there. So yeah, looks like it's going to be a lovely evening, so let's start living the dream. Wow, I've been walking along the river quite a way, and I'm still by the campsite. I've just came out by another field, which is a part of the campsite. I didn't check this out earlier, but there's some people now setting up camp down here. But yeah, this campsite is huge, absolutely huge. Well, I don't know what to say, people. I mean, the campsite's just over there, and we're on a footpath here that runs alongside the campsite, and there's a turd there. I mean, someone's actually just came along and had a crap along the footpath. I mean, what the hell? What is wrong with people? Like, why? Like, it's literally right by the footpath. It would have been so easy to stand in that. Like, I don't get it, people. What is wrong with some people, eh? Damn it, I then thought to myself, it feels like it's been ages since I've been in a pillbox, and that one's boarded up. Typical. Never mind. Absolutely gorgeous evening, people, to be out living the dream. Look at that. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Now, the lady on the campsite did say that you could follow this path all the way to a place called Tonbridge, and that looked really nice. There's a castle there. So yeah, going to head back now anyway. And yeah, it has been a lovely walk. I mean, yes, it was a little bit of a letdown finding a human turd right by the footpath. Now, that might not have been someone from the campsite, to be fair. There has been people mooring up boats along here as well. So, you know, that could have been anyone, not necessarily to do with the campsite. But it is a little bit annoying stumbling across that. And that's part of the reason I want to head back before it is dark. Because I don't want to be standing in no human fecal. No, I do not, people. No, I do not. But yeah, I have enjoyed this walk. It has been a lovely walk. Well, fantastic news, people. My neighbour has gone. Brilliant. I wonder if he heard me complaining. I'd feel a bit bad if he did, to be fair. He was quite far away, admittedly. It's just when there's a field this big and somebody parks 50 feet away from you, might have been 50 metres, people, you know, you do kind of think, come on mate, give us a bit more space. Yeah, never mind. Back now to cook up some tea, and I'm really looking forward to it, people. It's going to be damn good. Well, I'm really looking forward to this. I'm going to have some chocolate and caramel cookie cheeseburgers, and I bet they're going to be amazing. Now, I'm not looking forward to cooking them because there are a lot of mosquitoes about. I've been bit quite a bit, and there's one in the van with me now, and he is huge, and I really do not want that door open. And also, it's quite hot in here. So yeah, not too thrilled about that, people. Not too thrilled at all. Now, I've been carrying some jungle formula around with me for the past 10 years and never used it. And I don't know where it is, but it's no longer in the van. So that is a little bit frustrating. Yes, it is. So yeah, I'm going to be smoked out and I'm going to be boiling hot. But there he is. I can see him now, you bugger. He is huge. And yeah, I've been bit quite a bit out there, so I really don't want that door open. But anyways, just crack on with it, I suppose. It's actually very late now, so I need to start cooking. So I've got the usual smash burgers. It's already like an oven in here. I'm going to have to open the door, aren't I? Bloody mosquitoes. Now I have ate a couple of these cookies throughout the day, and they're pretty damn good. Yep. So I have had the door open a little bit, but I think because there's so much smoke in here, it's actually kept the mozzies out. But yeah, I'm gonna have to close that in a minute, unfortunately. Never mind. Well, they do look pretty damn good, people. Pretty damn good indeed, and I bet they're going to be nice. Hell yeah, these are going to be damn good. I know they are. I just know they are. Very good, people. That is a damn good burger. Well, those burgers did go down an absolute treat, people. They really did. And I know what else will go down an absolute treat. A Murphy's. Yeah. Now, I think I might be able to watch YouTube through my mobile data. Yeah, it seems to be a little bit temperamental, which is to be expected, but we'll see. So there is a campsite shop, and I did go in there and ask if they sold beer, because I like to drink local stuff when I'm, you know, when I can. But all they had was Carlsberg, unfortunately. They didn't have a lot, to be fair. There was a few ice creams and chocolate bars and the usual sort of thing. I can't film in there without them knowing what I'm doing, and I don't like to do reviews where they know that I'm doing reviews, because then they're extra nice to me. I did manage to get that big mosquito who was in here. Yeah, he's dead now. Yeah, nobody messes with Bongo Ben. But it's a bit annoying because I would have loved to have had the door open, but just can't be done. Never mind. Yeah. See how good this internet connection is anyway, people.
Well, it's Friday afternoon and it might be lovely and cold in the garage, but outside we have the start of the bank holiday heatwave. So it's a perfect day to do a spot of car camping.
Yeah, morning everyone. Well, I didn't sleep too great last night, but I think that was my own fault. I think that's because I ate tea very late, so my stomach played up in the night. I needed a bit more time before bed. But other than that, the campsite was lovely and quiet. Now, obviously, it's really empty at this time of year, so, you know, there's not going to be loads of people, groups, parties and that going on, and all there is really is wildlife. So the nearest supermarket is in East Peckham, and that looks to be about a 5-minute walk, and the lady in reception did tell me that you can pretty much walk along the river into East Peckham, the other direction from what I walked yesterday. So that's pretty good. And if you go a bit further into the centre of East Peckham, there are takeaways and there are bus services. You can get the bus to Tunbridge Wells, Maidstone, Henwood Green and a few other places. So in this one, people, I do agree with the reviews. Those facilities were dirty, and I think they're a bit inadequate for the amount of people that can fit on this campsite, definitely. Now, I did get a leaflet with a lot of the campsite rules on it, and it does state that there are quiet times, but if people are so far away from reception and that, then they're going to be able to disobey those rules. And also it does say no on-ground fires, and all along here, people are clearly having on-ground fires. So yeah, I guess there's not really anyone checking to see if people are sticking by the rules, unfortunately. For me, what lets this campsite down is actually selfish campers. People who are parking far too far from the facilities, who clearly need the facilities, who are dropping turds in the woods by the campsite. People who can't be bothered to walk to the bins, who are just leaving litter everywhere, because there is a lot of litter about here. So it's other campers that are ruining this campsite. It's selfish people who clearly aren't using common sense when it comes to where they're parking for their camps. Now, if you're like me and you're self-contained, then you can park a mile away from the facilities and it doesn't matter. But there's selfish people who are parking a mile away from the facilities who clearly shouldn't be. And I mean, I've never been to a campsite before where people are just crapping in the woods next to the campsite. And yeah, I love the fact that this campsite is huge, but I think that's its curse, that lazy people are coming here, they're littering because they don't want to walk to the bins, and they're crapping in the woods next to the fields. And that is just selfish campers. That's not really the campsite's fault. That's people who just should use more common sense and park near the facilities that they need. Now, obviously, that's a small number of people. I'm sure most people who come here and camp here are actually quite respectful, but there's always going to be some that ruin it. Now, yeah, there's no recycle bins, and I've got to be honest, that is a big negative for me. So when I asked Google's AI for the worst reviewed campsite in Kent, this came up as one of 2. And I'm now going to head off to the other campsite and check that out. If I've made it, it'll be this video here. Give it a click, give it a watch and see what you think. Otherwise, like and subscribe. And then next week, this video will be uploaded and you can watch it next week and see what you think and compare the two. That's it for me today, people. Keep living the dream and I'll see you soon.